Hey, I don't know how well this will work, but I decided I would try it since it's so beautiful outside. I thought, hey, I need to do a video outdoors. So I'm going to try. So see, I'm right here near our pool. So if you can see our pool, it's kind of hard for me to tell what's in the picture, but I thought, hey, I'll try this, see what happens, see what goes on. So I don't need the sunglasses because I stayed in the shade to do this, but my greatest concern is whether or not you can hear me well. It's probably a little more noisy than normal, but I wanted to share. Hey, listen, I want to share with you something that I saw. It's kind of funny laws of the universe. These are some of the observed natural laws of the universe. Okay, see what you think. This is the law of mechanical repair. It says, after your hands become coated with grease, your nose will begin to itch. How about the law of the workshop? Any tool, when dropped, will roll to the least accessible corner. That's a good one. Let's see here. How about the law of the telephone? When you dial a wrong number, you never get a busy signal. Traffic control law. When if you change traffic lanes, the one you were in will start to move faster than the one you are in now. This is the bath theorem. When the body is fully immersed in water, the telephone will ring. How about this? The law of checkout lanes. When you walk in the grocery store, there's never anyone in the checkout line. All right, this next one is the inverse hair dryer law. You're sure you hear the phone ringing in the background until you turn the hair dryer off. Next one is the law of close encounters. The probability of meeting someone you know increases when you are with someone you don't want to be seen with. This is the law of the result. When you try to prove to someone that a machine won't work, it will. This one is the law of biomechanics. The severity of the itch is inversely proportional to the reach. This is the theater law. At any event, the people whose seats are farthest from the aisle arrive last. And how about the law of coffee? As soon as you sit down to a cup of hot coffee, your boss will ask you to do something which will last until the coffee is cold. Now, I don't know how many of you are working or have a job, but if you do, that may be true. Now, this one is Murphy's Law of Lockers. If there are only two people in a locker room, they will have adjacent lockers. The law of natural attraction. If you and your date are the only two on a 5-mile stretch of beach, the family of 5 will set up right next to you. The law of dirty carpets or dirty rugs. The chances of an open-faced jelly sandwich landing face down on a floor covering are directly correlated to the newness and cost of the carpet or rug. About 3 more here. The law of logical argument. Anything is possible if you don't know what you are talking about. This one's called Oliver's Law. A closed mouth gathers no feet. Think that one through. This last one is this. Law of the last word. Hey, watch this. Get it? Get it? Huh? 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 Yeah. I think you got it. Okay. Well, I thought I'd share some fun stuff with you. And since that's what I'm doing, let me share some Bible jokes with you. Okay? Some of these maybe you've heard, and some of them maybe you haven't. Some of them you got to think about. Which biblical character was the youngest to speak foul language? It was Job, because he cursed the day he was born. Huh? Huh? Why didn't Cain bring God an acceptable offering? Because he wasn't able. Yeah, there you go. All right, who's the shortest man in the Bible? Well, one answer is Nehemiah. Yeah, kind of a stretch. Who was the greatest female financier in the Bible? Pharaoh's daughter. She went down to the bank of the Nile and drew out a little profit. Get it? Get it? What kind of man was Boaz before he got married? Ruthless. That's one of my favorites. I like that one. All right, here's a good one. What time of day was Adam created? A little before Eve. All right, let's see. Where's the first math problem mentioned in the Bible? In Genesis, when God told Adam and Eve to go forth and multiply. Why on Noah's Ark couldn't they eat apples? Because they only came in pairs. Since we're on Noah, when was the first meat mentioned in the Bible? When Noah took Ham into the ark. All right. Why did Noah have to punish and discipline the chickens on the ark? Because they were using foul language. Okay, so if the ark had 3 floors and the top floor had windows for light to get in, how did they light the bottom 2 floors? With floodlights. Let's see. What kind of motor vehicles are in the Bible? Well, I've got a few answers. Jehovah drove Adam and Eve out of the garden in a fury. Kind of. David's triumph was heard throughout the land. All right, how about a Honda? You know this because the apostles were all in one accord. And in 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 8, it describes going out in service, maybe in a Volkswagen Beetle. It says we are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed. Sounds like a Beetle to me. Last one. And some of you are going, oh, finally. Which Bible character had no parents? I've got 2 answers for you. 1, Joshua. He was the son of none. Second one is Jonah, because he was brought up by a whale. Oh, yuck. Well, hey, listen. A Bible verse that I memorized many years ago is found in Psalm 119. Psalm 119 talks about God's word in every verse. And in verse 18 of Psalm 119, it says, "Open my eyes that I may behold wonderful things from your law." There's a lot of things that we can look at in Scripture. There's a lot of things I could help teach. A lot of ways that I could remind us to spend time in God's Word. But I thought this would be kind of fun today. Just be a little silly. Sorry about my voice. Be a little silly, goof around a little bit, and just have some fun. Listen, it's a beautiful day. It's probably going to be a gorgeous evening tonight. Be sure you get outside, but more importantly, be sure you get into God's Word. Whether you find some of the funny stuff, or whether you're reading and studying something very sincere, very serious, very deep. But get into God's Word and then let it get into you. Hey, listen, I remind you every time I do a video, you are loved very much. You are missed more than I can explain. And you are prayed for every single day. So God bless your Sunday, what's left of it. And I hope you'll be back tomorrow for another time to get together. God bless you. Bye.